Hey guys, Old Guy Gaming here, back again with another MTG Arena video. We're going to take a look away from the zombies. Finally, we're going to kind of move into some of the other decks. Usually the first decks I try to build in new standards is mono decks, and one of my favorite decks currently running is Mono White Lifegain. So there are a couple of interesting additions, namely Gideon, that really fit well into this deck. So let's kind of go ahead and take a look and see what I'm running with. I've been bouncing back between this and my mono black deck, to be perfectly honest with you, for my ranked play. So two Ajani's welcome. At one point in time, this deck did have 4 of them, but as time's kind of marched on, I found other things that fit in better. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's really, it's a good card. What I find is if you don't have any creatures in your hand, it does nothing. If you have 3 creatures in your hand, it does a lot. So I kind of bounce back and forth between this and Fountains of Renewal. So I mean, one half dozen and the other, 6 in the other, half dozen in the other. So long story short, it's a great card. Every time a creature comes into play, it gives you a life. Healer's Hawks are a must. So one of the things I did try, I'm not going to lie, I tried making it work, was the Charmed Cat. And I almost debated taking it over the Leonin Vanguard. The problem that I had with the Charmed Cat is this isn't every turn. Like, I don't have to attack to make this thing give me life. I have to attack to make this one give me life. So ultimately, this got the bump. I could see swapping back and forth between the two or doing a 2-2 standard. Although, if you're going to run Charmed Cat, you should probably run 4. Its special ability, of course, when Charmed Cat enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature controlled named Charmed Stray. I keep wanting to say Charmed Cat. It's Charmed Stray. So, I mean, can be good if you get multiples in your hand or if you have one that kind of just sticks around, but usually it doesn't, so in which case I'd rather have the Leonin Vanguard. So we've already covered the Fountain of Renewal, Ajani's Pridemate. If you're going to do a life gain deck, why wouldn't you run an Ajani's Pridemate? I'm sticking with the older art because I think this is better art, but that's just me. Dawn of Hope is your draw mechanic, and once you get 4 mana into play, it actually generates life-generating creatures or life-gaining creatures for you. So I mean, it's kind of it feeds itself. One of my favorite combos, of course, is having Fountain of Renewal with Dawn of Hope, so you can literally just continuously refill your hand every couple of turns. Gideon Blackblade is the addition to this deck, and oh boy, is he a lot of fun. For 3 mana for a foil loyalty Planeswalker alone is pretty crazy. His stagnant ability is also pretty crazy. As long as it's your turn, Gideon Blackblade is a 4/4 human soldier with indestructible that is still a planeswalker, and prevent all damage that will be dealt to Gideon during your turn. So that's pretty crazy. He still can be hit on the backswing, of course. He is still a planeswalker when it's not your turn, but his +1 is nothing to sneeze at either. During +1, up to 1 other target creature you control gains Vigilance, Lifelink, or Indestructible until end of turn. So the only downside to this is if you don't have any other creatures in play, you can't use his ability. He can't cast it on himself. So that is one of the downfalls I found to it. But if you've got at least one other creature, you're giving them indestructible, you're giving them lifelink. I mean, that really becomes a huge boon. The -6, I haven't found an instance where I necessarily needed to use it. It's good. Exile target and on-land permanent, you can absolutely pull that off. So I guess if there is something on the board that you want to get rid of, but it takes a while to build up to it there. Prison Realm is one of the includes from War of the Spark. This is the slot that I usually would have had Seal Away in. Seal Away is still a great card. There's 2 areas where I feel that Seal Away falls down. There are some creatures that people put into play that they never intend to attack with. Deputy of Detention, for example, and you can't seal away that creature to get it off the board. The other one, of course, are Vigilance creatures. They don't tap, so seal away is ineffective. So Prison Realm, a great addition. Plus, you get the opportunity for scrying, which is also super cool. 4 Resplendent Angels, because you must have them. One of the things I've switched, Resplendent Angels, I should probably, not just glance over it. If you don't know what the card does, it is a 3/3 flyer. If you gain more than 5 life in 1 turn, which this deck is kind of built to do, it generates a 4/4 white angel token with flying and vigilance. It also has the ability, you have to dump 6 into it for a mana sink later to give itself +2/+2 and lifelink, therefore triggering its own ability. If you haven't seen this card, whew, man, I have owned 4 of them in paper, and they're absolutely worth it. So I bounce back and forth between Conclave Tribunals and Ixalan's Binding, and I've settled on Ixalan's Binding because the deck is so low to the ground. I'm still keeping 1 Conclave in there just in case. But Ixalan's, especially now in War of the Spark, where there's so many Super Friends decks and there's so many things that are like multiple Planeswalkers, if you can get a Planeswalker off the board and say, nope, you can never cast it again, that's huge. So yeah, again, this is a take it or leave it for either ones. You can split them out 2 and 2, or go 4 Conclaves or 4 Ixalan's Binding. I don't think you're doing it wrong either way. 2 to Settle the Wreckage for those aggro decks to get a little bit ahead of you and get a little bit swarmy and think that, hey, I've got you out aggroed, and then they attack with everything. Sure, you are giving them lands in the process, but it is a huge tempo swing to wipe everything off the board for them. And, of course, 2 Lyra Dawnbringers. She also, of course, synergizes well with Resplendent Angel, giving her +4/+4, giving her lifelink. I mean, sure, you're already adding on top of all those things. And, of course, 21 planes. So let's go ahead and play some games with it and see how it does. And to prove, yes, I am playing ranked play with this deck. I had mentioned in one of my comments that I thought I was playing in red. I think I had said I was in gold at the point in time with black. I must have got my wires crossed with my son's ranked play, because I haven't really done a ton of ranked play on the channel, so I was actually only at silver as opposed to gold. So I apologize to that viewer whom I did not tell the complete truth to. So you would think this is a good hand, but without any generation of life gain in your hand, it's just a 2/2 bear. I'm going to hang on to it and see what I draw. It also depends on what deck you're playing against. If he's playing Mono White as well. Alright, so we might be okay. Oh, MTG Arena. Why do I have my feelings? Did I say hello? Oh, this is a good old Vampire deck. Okay, Vampire decks I'm okay with. They do splash a little bit of black. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. They do splash a little bit of black for the removal, which is probably where they're going to catch us. Oh boy, we're getting awfully big, awfully quick. No thank you. I want nothing to do with that. I got all kinds of prison realms, though. Let's start off with one. How many Legion Lieutenants could he possibly have started off with? Cool, I'll take a creature, that works. Now you need 3 to really get the Leonin Vanguard to kind of start rolling through. He ended up with 4 Legion Lieutenants on the draw. Honestly, that's crazy. Okay, so I really need to start getting things down on the table, otherwise I am going to die. Nope. So the Leonin Vanguard, interesting choice in this deck. Of course, it does have lifelink, so it doesn't really hurt too much. Nope, I'm going to take that 3. It's going to hurt, but I'm going to take that 3. Because on the next turn, I'm going to be bigger than all of his creatures, including the Vanguard here. Thank you. Ajani's welcome. And, of course, we'll drop Ajani's himself. Which will trigger that, and that. And then, of course, she goes in. See, this is how this is supposed to work. Now, it is taking some time, but I am slowly building up my life back from all the beating that I just took. And we'll get one in there for good measure. So unless he drops another land in here, he could go for the all-out attack to flip Legion's Landing. I get a sneaking suspicion he's not going to do that, since he's going to lose both of his Legion Lieutenants in the process. Now, what did he drop here? Yep, I am definitely going to have to go through and Prison Realm that. Yeah, I don't get this attack. He's basically just going to spend 4 life, because I'm going to block it with my 6/6. I don't understand that attack. You're spending 4 life to create a vampire token. So we're not going to let you do that. Scry 1. Ooh, that's even better. We'll get the Ajani's Welcome build up off of these. And slowly but surely my life starts to gain higher and higher. I am pecking away at him. It's a little bit slower than I want. I don't want to go too far in because, of course, he does have enough to kill me on board. Most likely I'm going to drop the Dawn of Hope and then try to start drawing cards. I know that I'm getting that, but I think I'm going to wait. And so it's 9, 10, 11, 12. I need to wait a little bit. I'll go ahead and play the 2 to draw that. Oh, goody, land. I just love watching all the triggers go off. I can't get too cocky. He's most likely got a Mortify floating somewhere in that deck, and he is going to take out one of the Ajani's. I know that's coming. What I really need now is some of my big heavy hitters, like the Resplendent, like the Lyra Dawnbringers. Like that's what I need in this right now. Twilight Prophet's okay. It is a 4/6. It is flying, so that is a concern. It prevents my auto triggers for Healer's Hawk, so Ixalan's Binding would be amazing. So I am going to go ahead and spend the 2 mana to draw an additional card this turn. That works. How big are we now? So we've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like, he could, in theory, take one. Can't imagine he's going to take both, though. Especially after that. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, no, he's got a ways to go to play catch-up. My suspicion is he's just going to start blocking with his tokens. Interesting choice. And see how quickly we got our life back, by the way. He's going to pay for life. That's fascinating. Bet you he's going to call vampires on that. I'm not going to send both. I mean, he wants to keep picking away at himself 4 life at a time that way. I'm kind of okay with that for now. Sooner or later... Yep, very nice. Sooner or later, I'm going to draw a card that's going to make this a much more unbalanced... Just him having that in the air is really what's killing me. Come on. I was just going to say, because it's going to cost you 4 life to do that. Okay. So yeah, no, I'm gonna make him pay the 4 life. He's gonna get the back right here, but he's not gonna get too much further ahead of me. Well, I do have the old Settle the Wreckage in here. That would also be a good pull here. I absolutely will pay that. Ixalan's Binding. Perfect. Perfect. pull Twilight Prophet out of the game. Where's Gideon? Holy cow, would Gideon be really nice to be able to pull at some point in time now? I have all these cards in my deck that are designed to kind of mow through on this, and then darn if I can find them. Ixalan's was a good pull there. So I've got a sneaking suspicion he's going to send, Red Rover. Red Rover keeps sending these vampires over until he picks away at me, but I'm going to be able to eat through them. At least a couple of them at a time. I'm going to stop playing the game where he spends, 4 life to gain 6. I'm going to start... Ooh, Sanctum Seeker. That's what he's been waiting on. That is what he's been waiting on. What's he going to do? I definitely need to settle right now. I assume he's going to pull those two back. Otherwise, yeah, that would be super silly. Yep, I'm going to take some damage here from this. He is going to start losing. Oh, I did my math wrong. Didn't see how many he had there. Oh, well. Yeah, interesting that that game went as long tooth as it did. I didn't see any of the cards. I never saw the Resplendent Angel, which would have been amazing. Never saw Lyra. Never saw Gideon. I was literally down to my basic, 1, 2, 3 drops, and that was kind of it. That's all I got. Is what it is. Sometimes that happens in Magic. So we'll get one more game in with this. Ooh, yeah, this is perfect. The only way this could have been better is if there was a Ajani's Welcome in this hand. Come on. What's the holdup? There we go. Now watch. It's going to be mono red. And then I'm going to cry. Oh, what did I just say? What did I just say? Okay, so... if the Ajani's gets above 4, unless they've got lava coils, it becomes difficult for him. If he's got 3... I'm going to hold off on laying the Ajani's Pridemate right now. Yeah, I'm going to let him spend his points, or spend his spells killing my other creatures. As I say, I have a sneaking suspicion he's going to just pop that and call it a day. Yep. See, but so far... Ooh, I wonder... Interesting. Very nice. One more mana and I can start... Like, if this is the Goblin deck, I think it's got Krenko in it, and that's where the Ixalan's Binding is going to come in. No, good old straight up mono white aggro. Good, see, he's burning all of his spells. Ugh. I needed a mana there. That is what I needed. I needed a mana right there. So now the trick, of course, is how... Yeah, exactly. How many spells did he burn off? Come on. Yeah, he's got me down to almost... So do you go with the Ajani's? I think you do. Unless he... I could get lucky and he pulls a land. He's going to run in... I'm going to at least be able to get... Okay, that's even better. I'm going to take one of these off the board, whatever he attacks. That can't be blocked. So I will take that off the board. Only take the one. And now I've got Lyra. And my sneaking suspicion is unless he has... Exactly. Unless he has... lava coils on here, which I don't think he does. I'm just going to start gaining my life back. He is putting me in lightning strike range. Ho ho ho. Boy, did this get turned around quickly. Because now I'm going to go in with Lyra, gain 5, spit out another Angel off of Resplendent. Sure, I'll draw a card too while I'm at it. And then all of a sudden... And they all have lifelink, so as I'm going in, I'm going to start working my way back. That's fine by me. Whew! What a way to turn that one around. And again, we didn't get to focus on any of the new cards in the deck. I'm going to go try one more. I was hoping to keep this one short because I'm on a short time frame for this recording week. Ooh, we got a pack to open and a rare Mastermind's Acquisition. I'll go one more game. I was really hoping to focus on... I mean, I guess we saw Prison Realm. That was one of the other editions. I really wanted to see Gideon on the board for you guys. I mean, I've played enough with it. Hot Funsies. I like that name. Interesting. I wish I had more creatures, but this also means that most of this stuff's going to be out of the way anyway. Oh. So I could have gone... I wanted to put Healer's Hawk up because in the event that he gets whatever 1/1 Paramander... Or no, he's going to go with... Oh, this is going to be the not fun zone. He's going to end up Thought Erasuring me here on the next turn or two. So I would like to get Resplendent out before... I was going to say, before he does that. Oh, but no. Why, oh why would I get to do that? Nope. I gotta hold off for Thief of Sanity. One more mana gets him off the board for me. Yes, he can't exile Kefnet. I do not want Thief of Sanity flipping through my deck and giving him more things to work off of, so that is just going to have to be allowed to happen. No, I need mana. There we go. I would rather take the damage from Kefnet than I would from the than the Thief of Sanity. And in a moment, I'm going to hopefully conclave the... this is such a good deck. I have this on my list of stuff to build, but the Jameer control deck with Kefnet on board, yeah, it's such a good deck. That's painful. No, I'm going to hope for an Ixalan's Binding on the Thief of Sanity. Beautiful. I'd rather take Kefnet than I would that. Because then it's, hopefully if I get one more mana, I can either... It's just a... Where did the white come from on that? Where did the white come from on that? How did he... Oh, he's pulled my Ixalan's Binding. That's stupid. Oh, Ixalan's Binding, my Ixalan's Binding. Okay, that's how this game's going to go. This one's over, in case you can't tell. Oh, wow, that was good. I will give him very... that was good. No. No. Because I can still Conclave Tribunal. Here's Thief of Sanity. That's not... That is funny. You've Ixalan's my Ixalan's. That's not cool. Yep, here we go. So that basically turns off Dawn of Hope. Very nice. So I can't draw any more cards than the one that I currently get, which is the whole reason why Dawn of Hope is in the... I mean, it's kind of in there for... No, because I can't actually do it. It's a waste of mana at this point. So I mean, I can still sit down and build creatures, which will be nice, because that's what I'm going to do here. So that Gideon has something to build off of. I don't want to just throw Gideon out there just to get smashed. So, here's the game. I do get Gideon. Unfortunately, it's going to be in a rout against Dremir Control. The upside, I mean, it's such a good deck. It's such a good deck. It's so much fun. Arbor Bolus. Love the artwork on that. Oh, good. He's got a perfect answer for my Gideon. Lovely. And that's my girl. Once she gets out, the game's over. Well, the game's already over. Let's not be kidding ourselves here. Come on. Yeah, the Fountain of Renewal is the only thing keeping me in the game, at least life-wise. Sure, let's have him kill that. So say, I know he's got the Vraskas, at least I can at least keep Gideon on the board for a turn. My suspicion he's going to cast Lily. He's going to return the Augur. Oh, that's an interesting idea. There you go. I see where that's going. Normally you see people using Tywin Scorn just to drop your creatures off the board, but that's a good application for it. No point to it. Not while she's still on the board. This would be a great time to do it if she wasn't on the board. Oh, nothing but land. Alright, so I don't normally do this on the channel, but there's no way I'm going to win this game. So I am going to go ahead and concede and call this one a day. Wish I'd have gotten Gideon in previous games. I think we still did pretty well on both of those. Still managed to eke out a win against Mono Red Burn, so it can be done. So that's going to do it for the video. I do hope you enjoyed. There's a like, subscribe button always down there. Always helps out the channel. Really do appreciate it. If you have ideas on how you would do Mono White Lifegain in War of the Spark Standard, by all means, leave a comment down below. Let's reward you with a pack opening. I haven't done this in a while because I had the full sets before. What did we get? Dread Horde Invasion. Finally, I was going to say, I needed a third one for the deck I want to build, and that's perfect. So there's my third. Excellent. So anyway, like, subscribe, always helps out the channel. There is also a Patreon as well if you are so inclined. That is patreon.com/oldguygaming_MTGA. Coming up this week, we have a full deck building series called Deck Building with Sean. We were going to do the Grixis Zombies, but of course Sean and I decided to go Mono White versus Mono Red. A different Mono White deck, not this one, but another Mono White deck that he and I kind of built together. So you'll get the chance to see that. That'll come out every Friday. Let me know what you think of that series. I had a ton of fun. The first one is just literally us talking about the cards that we want to add to our decks and why. Anyway, let me know what you think of the edition with Sean and going through the decks. Let me know what your thoughts on that one. I really would appreciate it. I think it can be a ton of fun, but we'll see where that one goes. But anyway, until next video, guys, we shall see you in the arena. This video was brought to you in no small part by our patrons. If you would like to help out the channel, go to www.patreon.com/oldguygamingmtga, and thank you for your support.